Good evening and thank you for joining us for the Friday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Trinidad. Cleon Teasdale is expected to appear before Princestown Magistrate on Friday, charged with 7 offenses including the murder of Sachel Elliott and her daughter, 17-month-old Nova Brereton. He was also charged with the attempted murder of Nova's father, Akel Brereton, and with firearm-related offenses. Teasdale, 42, commonly called Salva of Indian Walk, Moruga, was charged on Thursday by Sergeant Ralph Ramroop. According to police reports, around 7:50 p.m. on December 19, 2022, Akel was visiting baby Nova and Sachel, who ran a mini-mart located at her home. Whilst there, 2 men in a blue Toyota Aqua vehicle arrived at the premises, where they allegedly exited the vehicle armed with a rifle and started shooting at Akel, striking him, Nova, and Elliott. The driver and his accomplice then escaped in their vehicle. We now look at news from Colombia. The armed forces of Colombia and Ecuador on Wednesday signed an agreement to implement a plan to contain drug trafficking and organized crime on their shared border. Colombia and Ecuador share a porous border that stretches some 586 kilometers and where criminal gangs and illegal armed groups engage in smuggling and drug trafficking. The Border Protection Plan will carry out operations on an operational, tactical, and strategic level among operational units, as well as decisions to be agreed by both countries' defense ministers, according to the Joint Command of Ecuador's Armed Forces. The government of Colombia President Gustavo Petro in November called on countries with which it shares a border to work together on a military offensive against illegal armed groups. Colombia's border regions are home to extensive crops of coca, the main ingredient in cocaine, drug labs, and illegal oil refineries, as well as illegal armed groups with connections to Mexican drug cartels, according to security sources. Finally, we tell you some unfortunate news coming out of Brazil. Pelé, the Brazilian soccer legend who won 3 World Cups and became the sport's first global icon, died on Thursday at the age of 82. Pelé was admitted to a hospital in Sao Paulo in late November for a respiratory infection and for complications related to colon cancer. Last week, the Albert Einstein Hospital stated his health had worsened as his cancer progressed. The soccer player died from multiple organ failure due to the progression of colon cancer. He played in 4 World Cups and is the only player in history to win 3, but his legacy stretched far beyond his trophy haul and remarkable goal-scoring record. Tributes have been pouring in for the soccer legend. Pelé's first club, Santos FC, responded to the news on Twitter with the words "Eternal," shared next to an image of a crown. Meanwhile, Brazil footballer Neymar said Pelé changed everything. In a post on Instagram, he wrote, "He turned football into art, into entertainment. He gave a voice to the poor, to Black people, and especially, he gave visibility to Brazil. Football and Brazil have raised their status thanks to the king." I'm RENATTA Burnett, and thank you for watching. Wishing you and your family a prosperous 2023. Back to you, Shamar.